Welcome everyone to School Improvement Leadership. This is an online course designed to provide participants with knowledge, skills, and tools to create leadership capacity. My name is Judy Jenkins, and I will be your instructor, facilitator, and guide throughout this course. My contact information may be found in the course syllabus, but let me share just a little bit about my background. I have worked as both a school level and district level administrator in a large school system, and I have also worked as a school level administrator in a private school. More recently, I served as the Director of Curriculum at the Maryland State Department of Education while the state's schools began implementing the Common Core state standards and undertaking all of the work required by the Race to the Top grant. I am now pleased to be working as the coordinator of literacy programs at Goucher and teaching in graduate programs in education. I teach this course and curriculum development in a multicultural society, Education 681. The content of this course includes 6 interrelated topics that inform building leadership capacity for school improvement. The topics include vision, mission, and values, school reform and the assumptions underlying school reform, shared decision-making, the school improvement process, budget and its impact on school improvement planning, and managing change. Understanding each of these topics and how they are interrelated is necessary for school leaders to build a culture in the school community that fosters and supports continuous improvement. In the course schedule located on Canvas, participants are able to view when each topic is addressed. Next week, we will begin with vision, mission, and values. Within the course syllabus is a list of the course objectives and how the objectives align to the ELCC standards and the Maryland Instructional Leadership Framework. Also listed in the syllabus are the texts that are required for this course: Failure is Not an Option, Smart School Teams, and Roots of Reform. While participants are responsible for acquiring a copy of Failure is Not an Option and Smart School Teams, we will provide copies of Roots of Reform. Participants will also be responsible for reading additional articles related to the module topics. These articles will be posted in Canvas under the specific module to which they align. Information on grading scale, and participation is provided in the syllabus. Because this is an online course, 30% of your grade will be based on your postings in Canvas on discussion boards and other online tools. Detailed information will be provided for each online posting when it is assigned. There will be 4 follow-up assignments required. In addition to guidelines for each assignment, there is a rubric and examples. These may be found on campus. I will also spend time in narrated PowerPoints going over the assignments. Assignments should be emailed to my Goucher email with the follow-up written in Word attached. I score the follow-ups and provide comments using track changes and will return the follow-ups to you within 10 days. Students who receive a score of less than 90% may submit a redo as long as it is submitted within 7 days of having received the first graded copy back. Students will be responding to each other on discussion boards. Responses should be thoughtful and substantive. It is important that all postings be written in academic language. Responses to peers should be respectful and constructive. The learning management system used at Goucher is Canvas. On the home page for this course, located under the welcome message, are some support guidelines for those of you who are new to Canvas or those who would like a refresher. Also posted on Canvas is the schedule of classes. This schedule provides students with the module topic, the readings required for the topic, and when follow-up assignments and postings are due. Again, because this is an online class, if you would like to meet with me, there are several possibilities. I would be happy to meet with students in my office or a location convenient to both of us, but this needs to be scheduled by appointment. We can also set up a virtual meeting using Zoom that is available on Canvas. I am also happy to meet with you via phone or email. My email and phone number may be found on the syllabus. As stated in this slide, the roles and responsibilities of a school leader are daunting. In the readings for this week, there are discussions around not just the tasks required of leaders, but around what drives leaders and the attributes needed. For example, in Failure is Not an Option, the authors describe how a former superintendent from Columbus, Ohio, comes to the realization after reviewing statistics about the high rate of illiteracy in the prison system that her work was not just about teaching and learning, but about saving lives. The authors go on to share how leaders who understand their missions define their moral purpose. Also, in Failure is Not an Option, there is a discussion about the type of culture that leaders must create so that continuous learning can occur for all within the organization. These discussions then lead into what is required for courageous leaders. The information in Failure is Not an Option should provide you with an opportunity to reflect upon your core values. This will lead into follow-up 1, where you will be analyzing a school's vision and developing your own vision, mission, and value statements. The reading assignment for this week from Smart School Teams provides more concrete ideas for you to consider. You are introduced to SMART goals and what comprises a SMART school. The authors go on to discuss the importance of focus, reflection, and collaboration. Finally, in Smart School Teams, there is a discussion about leadership capacity. They make a distinction between positional leadership and leadership capacity. In a SMART school, it is necessary to build leadership capacity. This does not mean that this doesn't inform positional leaders. Again, these discussions should provide you many points to consider as you move into leadership roles. Finally, in the assigned articles, leaders discuss the reality of their leadership roles. After you read the resources, respond to the questions in the discussion boards. Your responses should be thoughtful and incorporate ideas from the resources and your experiences. You will also need to respond to at least one of your classmates' responses. Again, more detailed directions are actually given on the discussion board. Your final assignment for next week is to read carefully the first follow-up assignment that is due the 4th week of class. There are guidelines, rubrics, and examples posted in Canvas. Prior to next week, submit any questions that you may have so that I can address your questions and post the answers in next week's module on vision, mission, and values. In next week's module, there will be a narrated PowerPoint introducing vision, mission, and values. Prior to viewing next week's PowerPoint and lecture, look at your own school or office's vision, mission, and values statements. This concludes this first narrated PowerPoint and lecture. I look forward to this journey together as we explore all topics related to school improvement leadership.